celebrating Women's History Month, plus upcoming DVD releases. Coming up next. Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of the Middle Country Public Library podcast. I'm Sal DiVincenzo here in the studio with my fabulous colleagues, Sarah Fade.
Hi.
Nicole Rambo.
Hello.
How is everyone doing this week?
Good.
All right, so we got some interesting stuff coming up. Yeah. Who wants to go first?
Nicole can.
Okay.
Nicole, you're going to talk about Women's History Month?
Some lady.
All right, there you go. What do you have for us?
So I found a nice Publishers Weekly article, and it's with children's picture book authors about some recent books they've written about some famous women that you might not have heard of. I didn't hear of some
very
of
cool.
these women.
Excellent.
So Josie James is the author, and she wrote about Marjorie Stoneman Douglas, who, I heard the name, but I couldn't have told you what she did. Mm-hmm. So she lived 1890 to 1998. She's 108 years old. Oh. And let me tell you, you want to live a long time, according to this group of women, go out in nature.
Go out in nature?
Yes, the other woman, the last one, actually also, she was a botanist.
Yeah.
Lived to 105.
Wow.
So it seems
stress-free.
So it's not
nature's
smoking and eating bacon?
No, and sometimes it is though. You always hear those stories about
They
this
can eat bacon in nature.
That's right.
They can have
Run after that pig, slaughter it,
yeah.
cook it on a fire.
They can have a little siggy. They're doing their thing. I don't know. But they lived a long time. She was an American journalist, author, women's suffrage advocate, and conservationist known for her staunch defense of the Everglades.
Oh.
Yeah, so 108 acres or some crazy amount of acreage she helped preserve. And then when she passed away, they sprinkled her ashes on there.
They sprinkled the ashes in the Everglades?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Usually you just find the whole body, right?
Yeah. For the alligators.
Usually it's just a foot. Yeah.
1.3 million acres. So before she died, 1.3 million acres, approximately 86% of the Everglades National Park were designated the Marjorie Stoneman Douglas Wilderness Area.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they interviewed the authors some different questions, and one of them is what did you discover during your research that surprised you? So that was what the author said, but you can read the whole article and see what else they had to say.
Yeah.
A lot of these books are published very recently, so they're either on order or they're coming out soon. So
cool.
Keep an eye on them. The next one, the author is Caroline McAllister, and she wrote a book about Ruth Asawa. She was born in 1926 to August of 2013. She was an American modernist, known primarily for her abstract looped wire sculptures, inspired by natural and organic forms. And so this author kind of got interested in her because this author was taught at a Quaker college, the Guilford College, and they accepted Japanese American students from the camps during World War II.
Oh, wow.
And Asawa was in an internment camp during that time. So she kind of learned about her. And then in the interesting research part, they had gifted Disney artists who were also incarcerated at these camps. So they were Disney artists. I guess they were Japanese or from Japanese descent. They were in these camps and they taught art classes to the other kids at these camps. And Ruth was one of the students of one of these Disney artists. So that was interesting.
I had no idea.
Yeah, so that was an interesting fact that she found out during her research. And then Jen McCartney wrote about Mary Catherine Goddard, and she signed the Declaration of Independence. So she was born 1738 to 1816, an early American publisher and the postmaster of the Baltimore Post Office from 1775 to 1789. And she was one of the a printer to print the Declaration of Independence. So she got to sign it as the printer.
Oh, I was like,
no, she didn't sign it in the hall, but she did sign it as a printer.
I don't think
bring
were
this
allowed.
Yeah.
Sarah was bring this very important document somewhere. Okay.
She signed everything she printed. She put her
got to sign.
her MK Goddard on it, but for this one she put the whole name on there. Cool. And then she was the postmaster, like I said, of Baltimore, and she got she was there from 1775 to 1789, and then she was passed over for a man with political connections. She wrote directly to George Washington, appealing the decision with a letter signed by more than 200 businessmen in Baltimore, but she still didn't get her job back.
No.
Go figure. But yeah, so that's what that was the interesting thing that she wrote about. And then author Laura Aduobi. She wrote about Michaela Mabinti de Prince. She was a ballerina. She was very young, actually, sadly, when she passed away. So she was born in 1995 to 2024. Oh. And she's from Sierra Leone. Mm-hmm. And she was a ballet dancer who danced with the Boston Ballet, the Dance Theater of Harlem, and Dutch National Ballet. She was in a documentary called The First Position, and she also wrote a book with her adoptive mother about being a ballerina. And so one of the interesting things that she found during her research were about, she said, I was surprised to learn that for a long time, brown-skinned ballerinas had to paint their point shoes, a process called pancaking, to match their skin tone. And it wasn't until 2017 that one dancewear company began to make these shoes in the actual brown color. So up until then, they were just painting their own point shoes. Huh. Yeah. And we have the author Susan Goldman Rubin, who wrote about Clara Driscoll. And Clara Driscoll was born in 1861 to 1944, and she was the head of the Tiffany Studios women's glass cutting department. So
nice.
Tiffany Glass.
Nice.
So she was the head of that department. Very beautiful glass things, and during glass things, lamps.
So hopefully they're beautiful.
Yeah. So Susan found out during her research that just the actual skill and talent that Clara had to learn and developed, and how excellent she really was at her craft. And a shout out to Mr. Tiffany. We'll say he did only hire single women. So when she got married, she had to leave the company.
Why?
What was the purpose of that? Because he wanted he wanted to have a hip swinging.
No, I don't know, perhaps, but maybe he just wanted them to focus on their work and not on their families.
Oh, okay.
God forbid.
All right, that's the sweet way of thinking. The non.
When her husband died, he hired her back.
Okay, Sal.
Corrupted, the non-corrupted way of thinking about it.
Yeah. When her husband died, he did hire her back.
Oh, how nice of him.
Yeah, but the shout out goes to the fact that he paid the women and men equally.
He did.
That worked for him. Yes.
Oh, all right. So then he probably wasn't, unless that was the cover up for the.
That's a cover up.
The hanky panky.
Yeah.
No, we shouldn't do
Sorry,
that.
Mr. Tiffany.
We're not defaming anybody here today.
But Clara was very skilled, and she was also the head of the department, which was also meant she was a great leader and all that stuff. So sounds interesting. Do you have any Tiffany lamps?
No. Actual Tiffany lamps? No.
That's money.
Yes.
Yeah. I have something I got from Wayfair.
Yeah. Tiffany style lamps.
But not, yes.
And then Alan R. Wells wrote about Yvonne Clark. She was 1929 to 2019, and she was a pioneer for African American and women engineers. Yep. So she worked for NASA. She did all that good stuff. And he was actually a student of hers because she did teach as well. But then he did more research on her and just about how many obstacles she had to overcome being a woman, especially a Black woman in the field of engineering. And that she was really great at getting kids involved and teaching early and the importance of exposing kids to engineering concepts early.
Okay.
Which I wasn't. I still haven't been exposed to any engineering concepts. She also worked as an aerospace engineer in the 1950s at Marshall Space Flight Center.
Oh, okay. That's neat.
Yeah, these are very successful women.
Yeah.
And finally, we have Julie Winterbottom, who wrote about Ruth Patrick.
That's a great name. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's a great name. Winterbottom.
She was born in 1907 to 2013, so this was the other one who lived a very, very long time. And she was an American botanist and limnologist, specializing in diatoms, and freshwater ecology.
Oh my goodness.
She authored more than 200 scientific papers. And during the research, she found out that during World War II, she helped the Navy find out where these German submarines were coming from. Because they had her, I guess, when they caught one and they had this thing, some kind of thing growing on the bottom of them. And she was able to use the diatoms to figure it out. And this species that she found only grew in the West Indies. So the Navy was able to go and locate a bunch more of these German submarines.
Oh, wow. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. So these are all some interesting women you might not have heard about. And
haven't heard of any of them.
Yeah. And there are
That's a shame.
Picture books about them that we have in the library. So the ones from these specific authors, but there are other ones, and the ones from these specific authors we might have, or they might be on order. So you can always ask us at the desk.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome.
Sarah?
Well, as we all know, a new month is
is upon us. It's coming soon. Coming soon.
Yes. So, and that means new movies will come
Alright.
out. So I'm just going to talk about some of the
Okay.
April movies.
All right. That top one's freaky looking.
Okay, so the top one is called Companion. So here we go.
I wonder if any of these are going to be Oscar nominees next year. We need to like bookmark this one.
Yeah.
Like, oh, remember when he talked about this?
Not this one.
Okay.
Okay, so it's rated R. It's 97 minutes. It has Jack
go.
Quaid in it, who's like in everything now.
Oh,
Yeah.
I like him.
Okay. So a group of old friends reunite at a secluded mansion, but their weekend getaway goes sideways when someone is not what they seem.
Ooh. It could be nominated.
She's got
No,
weird
I can
eyes.
tell you right now it's not.
Who is this actress?
I
Who's
don't
got the
know.
weird eyes?
Well, I think that's part of
Is
the.
that Sophie Thatcher?
Yeah.
All right.
Next one that will not be an Oscar contender is Flight Risk with Mark Wahlberg.
I heard such bad things about this movie.
Well, it has some all stars. Mel Gibson directed it. Mark's in it. But I do like Michelle Dockery. She's in it.
Yeah.
And Topher Grace.
Yeah.
Okay. And this high stakes suspense thriller Academy Award nominee Mark.
What did
Plays
he
a,
get nominated for? Fear?
actor in a supporting role in The Departed.
Oh, The Departed.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Plays a pilot transporting an air marshal, played by Michelle Dockery, accompanying a fugitive, Topher Grace, to trial.
Oh, interesting casting.
Yeah, as they cross the Alaskan wilderness, tensions soar and trust is tested, as not everyone on board is who they seem.
Some similar
Just
theme
like,
here.
yeah,
Yes.
Interesting.
Then
He's
we-
a flight risk.
yeah.
My son, he like, you know, he's a baby, he's toddler, so he's like always doing things, and sometimes he'll go like this, and we're like, "What are you, Mark and Fear?"
Get ready.
He'd be a lunatic.
Next we have Love Hurts. Okay. This has Ki Hui Kwan in it,
Oh yeah.
Sean Astin, Reese Darby, and other people. This Valentine's Day. Okay, so there's a very long summary here. I'm just going to go to Kwan stars as Marvin Gable, a realtor working the Milwaukee suburbs where for sale signs bloom.
Oh, I saw this. Looked good. Looking fun. Yeah.
Gable receives a crimson envelope from Rose, who is in West Side Story, a former partner in crime that he had left for dead, and she's not happy. Now Martin is thrust back into a world of ruthless hitmen filled with double crosses and open houses, turned into deadly war zones.
That's very poetic.
Yeah. No, it looks like a fun like action
Yeah.
movie. Yeah, I remember seeing the
And
previews
love
for it.
does hurt.
As Sal knows.
I know.
Okay, this is called One of Them Days.
Oh, Keke Palmer. She's the best.
So it's directed by Lawrence Lamont. It's produced by Issa Rae.
Also look good.
Yep. Cast is SZA, Kiki Palmer, Maud Apatow. Wait, there's more. Oh, no, there isn't. Oh, yes, there is. It's just upside down.
Is that how you say her name? SZA?
SZA.
Yeah.
Really?
One thing I got right, people.
Yeah.
SZA. Cat Williams.
Oh,
Who I find very
Okay.
funny.
yes.
Okay, so best friends and roommates Drew and Alyssa are about to have one of them days when they discover Alyssa's boyfriend has blown their rent money. The duo finds themselves going to extremes in a comical race against the clock to avoid eviction and keep their friendship intact.
Yeah, I was going to say, this has to be a
A comedy.
comedy. Yeah.
Okay,
SZA.
SZA.
I thought it was just SZA.
No,
Wouldn't that make more sense? SZA?
no, that's like RZA from. Anyway, so we have Hard Eyes, which is a horror film.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so I'm trying to see if anyone's famous in it. No.
Nope.
For the past several years, the Hard Eyes Killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples, of course. This Valentine's Day, no couple is safe.
Jeremy Johns actually did a review of this. He's a YouTube.
And what did he say?
He actually said it wasn't terrible, but it doesn't know what it wants to be.
Comedy
or
thriller?
Yeah.
A lot of those are.
Yeah.
Then we have the 5 Academy Award winner.
5 Academy Awards.
Lenora, which I've
wanna see
discussed this before when we
Yes.
talked about it. So it's directed by Sean Baker, who won.
Yeah.
Mikey Madison, sorry, who won. So it's an audacious, thrilling, and comedic variation on a modern day Cinderella story.
Sure.
So
Modern.
All right, you have to watch it.
All
I know.
right.
I saw that it's streaming now.
Did you like it?
I didn't watch it yet.
I didn't watch it.
Did you watch it?
I didn't see it because I told you that I saw trailers for it.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of like a B movie. I didn't think it was.
It probably is a B movie. Okay,
Well, it's
continue.
a B movie that won a lot of awards.
Yeah, exactly. That's
So
what they're doing now.
I wanted to see this in the theater and I didn't get to. Last Breath, starring Woody Harrelson, Simu Liu,
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. We
Finn
know
Cole, Cliff Curtis.
Oh, Finn Cole. He's from Peaky Blinders.
So a heart-pounding film that follows seasoned deep-sea divers as they battle the raging elements to rescue their crewmate trapped hundreds of feet below the ocean surface. And it's based on a true story.
that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
It is an electrifying story about teamwork, resilience, and a race against time to do the impossible. Did you say no thank you?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, because it's claustrophobic.
Yeah, I
and
No,
yeah,
that's why it's good.
No.
Like,
that claustrophobia.
like
yeah.
that movie I made you guys watch.
No.
Okay. And last but not least, this is an honorable mention which I saw and I liked it. It's called Getaway. And it's Get Ready for a Killer Holiday.
Oh, I like that guy.
Yeah. Has Nick Frost, Sebastian Croft in
Nick
it.
Frost.
Yeah. The Smiths family much needed vacation to the remote Swedish island of Svalta takes a dark turn when they arrive during preparations for a mysterious local festival that celebrates a dark history. Unsettled, and I don't know why I'm doing air quotes so much, unsettled by the unfriendly locals and strange rituals, they try to make the best of their trip, stubbornly enjoying the island's isolation and natural beauty. However, as the festival looms closer, the family realizes something far more sinister is unfolding, especially when they discover that a serial killer is on the loose.
Is this?
Just leave.
Yeah. Is
So
this,
it's another horror comedy.
Is this Edgar Wright? Did Edgar Wright direct this? Do we know?
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, because Nick
But-
Frost,
like him.
obviously,
Yeah.
he's in those Edgar Wright movies with Simon Pegg. And they usually do these types of.
No Simon Pegg this
Comedy.
time. However, I did watch that one, and
You
it
watched,
was amusing.
Which one?
This one.
Get
Oh, this
Away.
one. You watched this? Okay, so
Yeah.
you brought it home. And now it's here at the library.
Well, no, I streamed it.
No, but I'm just saying, you brought it home to us.
Oh, yes.
Okay, fine. All right.
I didn't
That's
do
enough
anything
of
illegal.
my. Yes, yeah, okay.
No, yeah.
All right, very good. Thank you,
Yeah.
Sarah. And thank you for making it to the end of this episode. If you want to listen to older episodes or read, no, it's a good thing. If you want to listen to older episodes or read our show notes, you can visit our website, mcplpodcast.com. And if you're watching on YouTube, you should hit the like button, and you absolutely should hit the subscribe button. We have over 1,600 subscribers. And yet, our video views, strangely enough, 75% of you are not subscribing, and we have regular video viewers, so I don't know what's going on with that. So hit the subscribe button because we have great stuff coming up. And we have other things besides us. So you might
Oh, yes, actually, Women's History Bites. So History Bites
you
is
go.
another thing on our YouTube channel, and there is one about Women's History Month, so check that out.
Yeah, check that out. Absolutely. Good plug right there from Nicole Rambo. All right, so that does it for this episode. For Sarah Fade and Nicole Rambo, I'm Sal DiVincenzo, and we will see you on the next show.